I'm a bouncer. That's awesome.
Yeah, no, Peyton has a job at a bar.
Family fun at Aspyn's versus family fun with Kody and Robyn. Just saying. Kody looks bored out of his mind, and he knows it. This is a guy who gets itchy if he stays in one place too long. He's moved his family around 19 times. Sitting at home playing board games with the kids? That's not going to cut it. It's not enough attention, not enough action. And now that Robyn's built her entire personality around boosting Kody's ego and discrediting the other wives, what do they even talk about anymore? At least the other wives brought something to the table. Christine would turn a game night into a party, fun, food, laughter. Miri was always up for an adventure and had couple friends to hang out with. Janelle? Camping, stargazing, making memories. Kody actually had fun with them. Robyn, on the other hand, seems content with shopping and being scared of, well, everything. Robyn and Kody are really trying to sell the happy family image. I nearly lost it when Robyn walked in with that tray of apples. Totally natural, not staged at all. Then they played one round of a game that could be over in seconds. Yeah, sure. Nothing says authentic fun like awkwardly choreographed game time. Oh, and Kody? Forgot his lines mid-sentence while trying to explain how much fun they have as the Robyn family. He fumbled through it like someone who hadn't quite memorized the script. Meanwhile, Christine and Janelle, whether they're together or with their kids separately, are just living. They have fun because it's who they are, not because they're trying to prove something. They're not out here pretending they're happier than Kody. They just are. Even back in the day, when Kody took that epic 11-day honeymoon with Robyn, the other wives took the kids out and actually had fun. And when Kody was with one of the other wives, Robyn had to text him so he could interrupt that time to go tuck her kids in or drive them to school. The other women, they've been raising their kids, making memories, and enjoying life, with or without Kody, for years. We've got so much to dive into today, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump straight into it. Hey everyone, what's up? It's Elena here, and welcome back to my channel Reality Nexus X. Robyn tried to justify Ariela's meltdown by saying she just didn't want her daddy to leave. And sure, no one likes goodbyes. But where was that empathy when the OG 3 kids, the teens, found out Robyn was pregnant and their time with their dad was about to shrink even more? When they felt upset, it wasn't framed as expressing themselves. Nope, that was somehow unacceptable. Let's be real, those older kids were there first. They already went through years of feeling neglected, sharing Kody, and losing precious time with him. But apparently, when Robyn's child gets emotional, it's suddenly sacred and untouchable. Everyone is expected to honor her family's needs, never mind anyone else's. It's always been rules for Robyn and hers, not for thee. She's made a career out of being the perpetual victim while playing Queen Bee. Not only did she compete with the OG 3 wives, she had no problem staking her claim against the OG 13 kids too. And over time, it's only gotten worse, more petty, more greedy, more self-centered. She didn't just want to be part of a big plural family. That wasn't enough. She wanted to run it. Be the top mom, the favored wife. When Gabe said he'd spend Thanksgiving however Christine decided, you could practically see the smoke coming out of Robyn's ears. Because heaven forbid someone chooses anyone but her. And let's not forget the kicker. In the same breath that they explain Kody can't leave Ariela for a few days, they casually mention Robyn took 3 weeks off to be with Mykelti for the birth of her twins. So which is it? Are separations a crisis, or just when they don't serve Robyn's schedule? Ari being upset makes sense. She's a kid, but instead of helping her learn how to cope, Robyn acted like the world needed to stop. That Kody couldn't possibly step away like he always did with the other kids. Every other wife and child had to deal with it. But apparently, Robyn and Ariela are just built different. She's perched so high on that pedestal. I pay good money to know what she sees from up there. Has Kody's trash talk about Garrison been edited out? Because let's be real, he's been dragging his older kids for seasons now, especially Gabe and Garrison. But this season? Radio silence. A few vague jabs at his kids and a swipe at Maddie, but nothing directly aimed at Gabe or Garrison, which just doesn't add up. After Logan's wedding, you're telling me Kody didn't have anything snide to say? Highly unlikely. It honestly feels like production has scrubbed all of that out. And honestly, they probably did. I mean, Garrison passed away. It would be incredibly tone-deaf to air Kody's usual tirades. Some folks are saying it's a 100,000% certainty that anything he said about those boys got left on the cutting room floor. And thank goodness for that. Who needs to hear Kody unload more emotional abuse on adult kids who've already been through the ringer? It does feel like Garrison, and maybe Gabe too, have been quietly edited out entirely. We haven't seen much of them, or of Savannah or Gwen either. That whole Flagstaff group has been MIA, and I'm guessing it's because they were mostly filmed together. If Garrison's footage got pulled, a bunch of their scenes probably went with it. And honestly, maybe some of them just opted out altogether. Who could blame them? Still, it's a double-edged sword. On one hand, yes, it was the respectful, right move. On the other, it ends up polishing Kody's image. He's coming off better than he deserves, which is saying something. He's being accidentally redeemed by editing. And now that I think about it, nearly every confessional with Gabe featured Garrison too. So pulling one meant pulling both. It's just another way the edit sanitized the reality. Truthfully, I'm sure they edited it. And yeah, it does make Kody look better. But I can't imagine the pain of watching him insult Garrison posthumously. For his real family, Janelle, Christine, Savannah, truly, that would be unbearable. Someday I hope Garrison's full story gets told, but now is definitely not the time. Also, if the talking heads were filmed recently, that might explain the lack of venom from Kody. Had they been shot a year ago? Oh, you know there'd be some garbage about his disrespectful and disloyal sons. Robyn just can't help herself, can she? Remember when she and Christine were supposed to be there for Mykelti's twins' birth? Robyn delivered the same tired performance, all teary-eyed, claiming she wished she and Christine were in better circumstances. You know, the classic I have no hard feelings routine. Surprisingly, she didn't rush to be the center of attention, as is her usual. But of course, that didn't last long. A few moments later, Robyn couldn't keep the sarcasm and passive aggression down, tossing out, "I'll be the one there to help the most. Then I'll hand the baton to Christine to kinda help out." Oh, there she is. The Robyn we know and can barely tolerate. She paints herself as the savior, then throws in that jab at Christine with the kinda helping out bit. As if Robyn being there for 2 whole days is doing the majority of the work, while Christine stepping in for the long haul is just kinda helping. Yeah, sure, Robyn. I bet anything that was the only time she ever set foot in Mykelti and Tony's home. Honestly, I'm shocked she can help. Isn't that why she has a nanny? Seriously, she should have sent the nanny. But nope, Robyn made sure to remind everyone it's all about her. Because of course, it always is. Everything. Her feelings, her children, her relationships, her home. Everything revolves around Robyn. Weddings, deaths, parties, it's all her show. And don't get me started on how she would have never helped Mykelti out like that unless there was some benefit to her. In this case, it was her getting one over on Christine. She couldn't help herself. Even behind that "I'm just a team player" mask, she had to make it clear, "I'll be there FIRSD," because clearly she's the most important one in the room. Well, it seems like the show we've all come to know and love, or maybe just love to watch, is coming to an end. Yep, the final season of Sister Wives in its current form is upon us. The family will no longer gather together in one place or even be within a reasonable distance of each other. This is it, folks. the grand finale of the original setup. Sure, we might get some spin-offs with the wives, either flying solo or, I don't know, possibly joined by a few kids. I'm looking at you, my Keltie, willing to make a quick buck. But let's be real, Robyn and Kody and their brood aren't getting their own spin-off. Who in their right mind wants to watch that? What if they're selling the Flagstaff home because the TV money well has run dry? I mean, they've got a mansion, a bunch of land, and vehicles to keep up with. How long do they think they can keep it all running on a flea market gun sales salary? I'd honestly be more interested in seeing Janelle, Christine, and Mary watching the old episodes and giving us the real scoop on what was actually happening behind the scenes. Now that would be worth watching. Maybe this is TLC's way of closing the book on the DABSARK era. Goodbye to the good old days. And seriously, do you really think Kody and Robyn are going to get a spin-off? Did you not enjoy that wild Jenga gang they had? I mean, who wouldn't want more of that riveting family culture? Obviously. I think you're spot on though. The TLC money isn't going to last forever. We all know they didn't make any wise investments for the future. They probably spent it all on pointless junk. Kody can't keep living this life selling gun parts, not for much longer anyway. So I've been scrolling through everyone's posts, and it's clear we're all in agreement. Robyn and Kody are the real problems here. And honestly, this got me thinking back to the whole Vegas house situation, especially when they discovered Robyn had all that debt. Like, if this were a normal marriage, that would be a major deal breaker. I mean, finances? That's usually something you talk about before tying the knot, right? But somehow, Robyn not only hid it but became Kody's favorite wife. Oh, and did I mention that she didn't even have the decency to be legally married to him at the time they found all this out? Yeah, they kind of glossed over that part like it wasn't a huge deal. So here's what really gets me. Why didn't she come clean about the debt before joining the family? And then to turn around and find out she was using fake names to cover it up. Oh, and did she ever pay it off? Because that detail is conveniently left out of the story. But Kody? He just loves playing the victim card for her. He thinks she's this sweet little thing, just trying to escape from her horrible first husband, and bravely taking on all that debt because she's so noble and pure. Seriously, he didn't see any of her sneaky behavior as anything but a tragic tale of redemption. Let's be real though, this whole family couldn't plan their way out of a paper bag. They rarely think more than 3 minutes ahead, if that. Even Janelle is impulsive, for crying out loud. And sure, they all filed for bankruptcy before the show, but it's apparently normal in their world to just bleed the beast dry and not worry about it. But when that guy started listing all of Robyn's fake names, Kody looked like he'd seen a ghost. And, of course, he bought her excuse hook, line, and sinker. So here's my question. Did the OG 3 wives even know about Robyn's debt? Was that kept from them, or did they just ignore it? Honestly, Robyn was practically running a con operation. And let's not forget that Mary had some issues too. Not as bad as Robyn's, but hey, it's pretty clear that debt and shady behavior run rampant in this family. It's almost like a thing they've got going. Funny though, Robyn and her ex didn't seem interested in bringing in another wife, but she sure spent enough for 2 families on her own. Kody proudly announces, "I know the names of all my children. Gold star, big boy." Well, bravo Kody. That's truly an accomplishment. Too bad remembering their birthdays is clearly outside his skill set. But honestly, no one's impressed. It's almost like he missed the memo that Gil Bates from 19 Kids and Counting was able to win $50 just by naming all of his 19 kids' birthdays. That's right, $50 for actually remembering the special days of his own children. But not Kody. He'd rather play the deadbeat card. Seriously, I'd bet money Kody couldn't list all of their middle names or ages without tripping up somewhere. And forget birth order, he'd probably get hopelessly tangled up the moment he hit Gabriel. It's 2024, Kody. Everyone has a phone with this wild invention called a calendar. It's an app that's literally pre-installed on your phone. You can even set multiple alarms to remind you of upcoming events, like, oh, I don't know, your child's birthday. How revolutionary, right? You could even set an alarm the day before, so you're not scrambling to remember the next morning. Imagine that, your kid actually waking up to a happy birthday message from dad. But nope, Kody would rather stick with the I don't need it approach. Not only is it grossly negligent, but there's literally no excuse for him not to remember. He just doesn't care. So congrats, Kody, you can remember their names, but birthdays, not so much. And let's not forget Gabe's heartbreaking couch interview, where he talks about his dad forgetting his birthday. That moment will always stand out as one of the most gut-wrenching scenes of the entire season. Oh, Mary alone on Thanksgiving. How heartwarming. Seriously though, this scene is one of the most gut-wrenching moments in the whole show. Every time I watch it, I'm reminded that Mary has had it the hardest in this whole marriage. She's been the most hurt, and it's honestly painful to watch. I'm genuinely rooting for her to find peace and happiness because she's earned it 100 times over. What really gets me is how much Mary has contributed to the family, and yet they couldn't even acknowledge her being alone. Sure, people love to point out the tension between Mary, Janelle, and Christine, but it's extra cruel to pretend like Mary doesn't even exist, like she's some invisible afterthought. Mary has done so much for that family, and when her mom passed away and she was left to handle it on her own, I couldn't help but think, wow, they really don't care about her. It's heartbreaking, but here's hoping that in time, Mary finds her own family, a group of people who get her and appreciate all she has to offer. Maybe even a man who has his own kids and an extended family who will actually value her presence. She deserves that so much, and let's not forget Leon. The way Christine says Janelle's kids will always be hers, but never extends that same sentiment to Mary's child, that's just cold. It must sting to feel like the odd one out in that family. Mary's journey isn't over though. There's still hope. She's grown so much, and I'm confident that the best is yet to come for her. But let's be real, the worst offender in this mess is Robyn. She begged Mary to stay, swearing she wouldn't go anywhere, and then turned around and betrayed her. Robyn's behavior is honestly appalling. It's obvious she used Mary, and frankly, that's just despicable. I wouldn't have blamed one of Robyn's kids, or even Robyn herself, for dropping a plate of food at Mary's house. But nope, that didn't happen. Classic. Oh, the drama. So here's a clear and sarcastic rewrite of the scene. Kody, the king of delicate egos, is clearly seething with jealousy as Christine proudly announces that the house is sold. He tries to mask it with some nonsense about her escaping the lobster bucket, but let's be real, the dude is massively jealous that she gets to walk away from all his nonsense. I mean, can you blame him? His bruised ego is screaming, and deep down, he's probably throwing a tantrum because Christine doesn't have to deal with his mess anymore. And let's talk about his obvious frustration with Janelle and the rest of the original wives. Kody can't stand the fact that Christine has somehow become the hero in their eyes. He's furious that the public is cheering for her like she's some kind of freedom fighter. In his world, women who leave the marriage are supposed to be shunned, yet Christine, she's getting support. The betrayal stings, doesn't it, Kody? Not only does she leave him, but she also manages to gain the respect of everyone while doing it. Then there's Robyn. Oh, Robyn, the silent partner in all of Kody's rants. When Kody goes off about how unkind Christine is to the other wives, which, let's be honest, is code for unkind to Robyn, she's sitting there with her mouth shut. But when he yells at Mary about giving Robyn scraps of land, suddenly Robyn finds her voice, demanding Kody stop and insisting how untrue everything is. The audacity. Kody has clearly let her think she's the expert on all things relationship-related in their little polygamous circus, and now she's defending the very thing that she's been enjoying, his favor. And let's not forget about Kody's comment about his daughter hating Christine. It's painfully obvious that Kody and Robyn have been repeating this narrative to their kids, feeding them this idea like a broken record. Kody simply cannot comprehend that someone's life could be so much better once they break free from him. It's like his entire existence is built on the idea that everyone should need him. But Christine? She's proof that people can thrive without him, and it's driving him absolutely mad. He can't wrap his head around it. Not just one person, but 15 plus people who suddenly don't need or want him. It's like his whole world has crumbled, and the last thing he's willing to do is take responsibility. Nope, he's too busy making sure everyone else is the problem. Classic Kody. Let me know what you think in the comments. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and much love to you all.